Today, I'm going to show you how to apply Feynlabs Black Velvet Tire Sealant. We're going to go over first the preparation of the tire, how to clean it, and what to do beforehand. And then afterwards, I'm going to show you all the proper tools and the things that you're going to need to be able to do the job with this product to be successful with it. So please, be sure to subscribe to the channel and be sure to hit the notification bell. That way you get any updates in the upcoming future. And be sure to stick around, so that way you can see how we do with this product and the other products that are going to be associated in doing the job for today's video. Welcome to CS Auto Tech and Detailing. All right. So today we're going to be using the Feynlabs Black Velvet Tire Sealant. This product has no silicones, no solvents. I believe it's a water base. It is heavy on UV protection, so that way once you get it applied to the tire, it's going to help protect the tire from UV rays. It's also very hydrophobic and very long lasting. I've been testing this product out now for about the last 3 months. I've had it on a couple of different vehicles, and I can tell you it is extremely durable. You're going to find that this product is very specific to application. We're going to cover real quick the things you're going to need to actually apply it. So one of the first things you should have is, of course, gloves. You're going to want to wear gloves with this. This product actually uses a dye that's part of the actual product that's black. It'll help color the tires a deeper black color for you, as well as just the natural tire itself. Most tires, even after you clean it, there'll still be some browning. So instead of having that browning show through, the black dye that's part of the product will help make the tires have a deeper, darker black look. The product is best applied with an actual applicator like this, a foam applicator, or even a small microfiber type applicator like this. I prefer the foam applicator like this. This is one from Adams Wheel and Tire, your product line. This is from Adams Polishes, but there are others that are just like it, but it works really well in the application of the product. It can fit into knobby tires. It smooths it around really well. It works pretty well all around. Product you don't want to use. You don't want to use a brush like this. First off, the way that the product is built, it doesn't work well in dealing with this. And by the time it's done curing, this brush is going to be trash. Same thing with these little brushes like this that you see. This is not the brush that's best suited for this job on us, even though I have tried it with this brush. It will work, it will go on, but when you're done with it, I'm telling you now, you better soak this in some APC for like a week, because it is stout. It will literally make this thing into a hockey puck. It does work well at applying it. This brush does not. So the other thing that you're going to want to have on hand to do this job will be a panel prep. I'm going to use the Feynlabs panel prep. The reason being is if you happen to get it on the wheels, you're going to want this in a microfiber cloth to quickly apply onto the towel and wipe it off the wheel. If it dries onto the wheel, you'll end up with a black kind of stain. It's not permanent. It will come off, but it'll use more elbow grease to get it off. This product, the tire sealant, dries to a very durable, like skin. It doesn't sling. It's very fast drying. It's dark. It's kind of in between a shine and a matte. So it's not very glossy. It's not like a glazed donut. You're going to find that it actually has a very nice look to it, and it works very well. It's extremely hydrophobic. So let's go ahead and get to the install on this and show you everything that we're going to do. You're going to want to pick one of your favorite tire cleaners, whether it's, like any one of these, which this is Detail Code BDE, Yum Cars, Undress, or ADS, Armor Detail Supplies, Tire Cleaner. All those are really great cleaners that work really well at stripping stuff off the tire as best as possible. Use a brush that's a very stiff brush for agitation. Clean them, spray them off. You can use a garden hose, you can use a water sprayer, you can use a pressure washer. Pressure washers work really great because they happen to just agitate and get in there and blow this stuff off. Once you have that done, then what you're going to do is you're going to take the foam applicator like this, and it's almost more like a coating. You're going to put a bunch of drops into it. Once it's open, I do recommend shaking this very well before using it. So shake it very well, take the lid off. Don't put your face over the top of it. Lots of times when you shake things, it can create a small little amount of pressure, blow stuff out. You don't want that in your face. Once you get the lid off, apply generously to the actual foam applicator, and then you're just going to basically wipe on the tire and going around the tire all the way. You can work it into the knobs, up over the top. You can get real close, or if you feel more comfortable using a microfiber, you can go around it with a microfiber as far as it goes that way. Now, important things is, again, wear gloves. If you get it on you, it will come off with a brush, you know, some scrubbing and a cleaner, but it is very durable and very stout. Takes probably about 15 minutes for dry time, maybe even less, depending on the temperature of the day. If the day's windy or any of that stuff like that and you're outside, it can be done in direct sunlight. Again, be sure to have some of that panel prep or any panel prep that you can use. That way, in case you get it on the wheel, you can actually wipe that off of the wheel right away. It's important to know that once this dries, it won't sling anywhere, and it's very durable and very hydrophobic and everything with that nature. So let's go ahead and show you how we put this all on the tires. All right, so we're going to go over preparation and application. Preparation is important, as is application. Reason being is that proper preparation leads to better successful application that's more durable, better looking, you know, everything like that as far as it goes in taking care of the tire. This product actually has UV blockers. It is non-solvent and non-silicone based product that's completely free of all of that. I believe it is a water-based product. It does have a coating basically that attaches itself to the tire. It protects the tire from all sorts of weathering. It adds, good qualities to the tire that's beneficial for the rubber. And again, the biggest killer of tires is going to be UV. So, as noted before, it's really important to use the correct applicator. We don't want to use a brush, as mentioned before. We're going to want to use one of these foam style applicators just like this. Now, the really cool part is even after applying it to this foam applicator, it doesn't cause the foam applicator to go bad. It's got many uses left in this foam applicator, even after using it several times already, applying the product on here. So that's important too. So we're gonna start off first with cleaning up the tire and making sure it's in the proper shape and stuff like that, so you'll be able to apply it correctly. Today, we're gonna go ahead and use Yum Undress, and we're just gonna apply it to the tire. Yum Undress is pretty aggressive. We can spray it on. It's got really good cling. It stays on really well, and it will sit there and eat for a minute. We can see that there's a lot of browning already just popping up from the tire, and this is before any agitation of the tire has been done. So once it sits for a little bit, we're going to agitate the tire. I just use a really stiff tire brush. And you don't have to go crazy. It's not imperative that you remove all the browning. It's good to get all the dirt off, any surface stuff. What I would recommend is that for the bottom of the tire, once you get everything else, move the vehicle forward or backwards so that way you can, clean this section of the tire. Same thing with applying the dressing to it. It, helps if you just move the vehicle forwards or backwards and then, apply that cleaner, scrub it. Same thing with applying the coating or the dressing to a tire. So then we're going to go ahead and rinse it off. You can use water with a hose. You can use a pressure washer. Doesn't really matter if stuff is stubborn. Pressure washers can be beneficial, but they're not mandatory. Clean out the brush so that way our tools are clean every time we use them. Okay, now we have a clean tire, and what we're going to do next will be to dry the tire off. For the nature of time's sake, I'm going to dry it a little bit more rapidly. We'll get it blow dried for the most part. And just come on with a dirty boy tire rag from Detail Co. and we'll wipe it all off. So another thing I like to do that I find is beneficial is to hit the tire before I apply any treatment, dressing, coating, anything like that with like either a panel spray, either, you know, like that one's the Detail Co. or the Feynlabs, because it is a Feynlabs product. So we're gonna hit it with that. Let it just kind of dwell just a hair. It's not going to hurt the tires. The surfactants and even the alcohol and any of that is not going to be harmful. Not for this particular use. All right. Now that we've got it pretty well dried up, we can blow it a little bit more with some air. As you can see, that actually kind of helps dry it out really quick. All right, so now we have a clean tire. So the next step is going to be to take the tire dressing. It's actually a tire sealant. Take the tire sealant, shake it really well. Again, it has lots of different types of stuff in it that make up the product, including a dye. The dye is black. Wear gloves. Keep a panel prep ready with you, as I've mentioned before earlier, so that way in case you get it on the wheels, you can wipe it off quickly and immediately. Then you're going to take and we're going to apply some generously to the actual applicator, like so. And then once we have the applicator fairly well applied, we're going to just wipe it on. You'll see that very little bit of product goes a very long way. Doesn't take a whole lot. Now, great part about these foam applicators, you can dab with it, you can get into treads, you can all sorts of stuff. I mean, they'll contour and they'll flex to the various different stuff as you're doing it, so it makes it really nice. It'll do knobby tires. Have really good luck with knobby tires with these, with no issues. Go around it, get it all nice and smoothed out. One coat is more than enough to go onto it. Okay, but let's say you like your stuff a little bit glossier, not so much, you know, satin finish. You want to bring the shine, you want to bring the glazed donut. Guess what? All you got to do is do another coating, add another layer, or however many layers you want to add to it to get the shined effect you want. And then that's it. So as that dries, that self-levels. So any marks that you have, any of that you have with it will go ahead and level itself out automatically, and it will cure up. and your tire will be completely protected. Now, if you get some on a wheel or something somewhere, if you have any on the wheel, now's the time that you want to take your panel prep material. So you want to take your panel prep and a rag, spray some on the rag, wipe it off the wheel real quick before it cures up. Because once it cures, it's pretty durable and a little bit more difficult to get off. Can it come off? Yes, it can. It will take some elbow grease at that point once it's dried and a little bit more panel prep. So there we go. That's pretty much it. It's applied again to get this bottom edge of the tire. Once you're done with doing the bigger parts of the four tires, you back the vehicle up, pull the vehicle forward, whatever, do that other spot on there, and then you can get that spot on the tire. It takes very little product to use. This 120 milliliter bottle will coat a whole bunch of tires, like a lot. So it looks like it's a small amount, but it really isn't because it doesn't take much to do it. And as you can see, as it's starting to dry, you can see it leveling out. You can see the satin starting to apply out, and you can see it starting to just get rid of all of those like brush strokes of the applicator that were on it. And then it'll look clear, dry, completely solid within usually about 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how warm the day is, how hot the day is. That makes a big difference. The hotter the day or the hotter the surface of the tire, the faster it's going to dry. The cooler, it's going to give you a little bit more time, which is a good thing. But no sling. You won't get any sling as soon as it's dry. Once it's on there, it's like part of the tire. It's a skin that forms onto the tire. So that's it. That is the Feynlabs Black Velvet Tire Sealant. All right, everybody. So here we're going to do a quick little bit of tests. This is going to be some torture tests. This is one of my tires on my truck. This has had the Feynlabs Black Velvet Tire Sealant on it for a little more than 12 weeks now. It's still, really hydrophobic and everything like that. It's still really nice looking. It hasn't come off. It's been through multiple rainstorms, mud. I've actually already hit it with some chemicals, a pressure washer, some various different things of that nature like that. Rainstorms. In fact, it's raining today, so you may see some drips and running water here and there. I'm actually at my work at the end of the day, just pulled in, figured we'd do a quick test on some stuff and show application. So real quick, we're going to come in and we're going to go ahead and show the hydrophobic property that it has. As you can see, it runs right off. A little bit of air applied. And it blows right off dry. So, seeing that, I've got a barrage of various different products that we're going to use to try to torture test this. These would be products that you would use to actually try and remove products or clean a wheel and tire. So, let's go to our lineup here. So, in the lineup here, I've got Detail Co Panel Prep. I've got Adams wheel and tire and the foaming sprayer. I've got Yum Undressed. I've got Goof Off. I've got Feynlabs Panel Prep. I've got Detail Co. Their BDE, and that is neat. It is not diluted. Back in the other tall bottle, that is Maniac Wheel and Tire. That is 1-to-1, so it's fairly strong, but it is diluted. We've got Armor Detail Tire Cleaner. So, and then in the big sprayer, I've got the nasty Black Fury, some degreaser, some stuff from Superior Products that we use actually. In fact, it might be their Big D degreaser for degreasing engines is what we use it for. And then just a really stiff brush, and we'll scrub on them and see what happens. And then we'll rinse them off and dry them. So let's go ahead and see where we end up at. And what happens. I think let's start with something that a lot of people seem to like to use to clean up wheels and tires. Let's use Yum. This is their undressed. This stuff is pretty stout. It cleans pretty good. As you can see, it goes on. Usually when you spray it on, it browns right away if it starts eating. We're just going to see if this will attack that and eat that off of there. We do see a little bit of browning. Letting it dwell for just a little bit here. We're going to scrub that up. Okay. Now we've hit that. Let's see if we can hit another section with, oh, I don't know, let's hit it with Armor tire. We're gonna hit that. We're gonna scrub that up. We can see that browning. We'll let that dwell a minute. We'll hit some Adams. We'll foam that on. We'll go ahead and scrub that in. We see it browning. So we're going to hit it with some BDE. Just spray that on. You gotta let all that hits the lungs. See that browning? All right, now we're gonna hit. So now we got that. So this upper corner here is the BDE. Now we're gonna hit Maniac in this section right here. So we've had some of that stuff sitting there dwelling for some time. Let's go ahead and give it a rinse. Now, most of these, I've hit these with these chemicals for, well, this is probably the third time now I've hit them with them. The last time I hit them, I actually cleaned them up with a pressure washer afterwards. Let's go ahead and blow dry it off real quick. So and then we're going to wipe it all off. I'll grab a dirty boy rag. This is from House of Rags. Huh. It's still there. Now I'm not sure if you can see that. We'll try and get in here, but it is still on that tire. So in conclusion with everything on this product from Feynlabs, the Black Velvet Tire Sealant, I think it's pretty fantastic. I like it a lot. Once you understand the application and how to use it, it becomes very easy to apply. It comes in a 120 milliliter bottle. You'd think that that's not very much, but truthfully, because you use so little and it goes very far, this will do tons of tires in such a small bottle. I think this bottle only goes for about 18 bucks from Feynlabs. Maybe it's something that because the House of Rags carries Feynlabs products, that they would be getting in sometime and would carry it, so that way it could be part of your products through the House of Rags. We'll have to see what happens there. But right now, with this, I find that the shine is acceptable. I'm not a big person on crazy shiny tires. I like a satin finish to a very low gloss. I don't like a glazed donut. It has been extremely durable. I like the fact that I've been able to wash my truck or my wife's vehicle that I've tested it on and wash them once, twice a week, pressure washing, scrubbing and agitating, using products like, Yum Undressed or Detail Co., BDE, or, even ADS Tire. And even in using that and scrubbing it with a heavy brush, it has yet to fail or come off. When I did it with those products, you could see it brown, but even though it browned, it's like the product never left the surface. So durability, I give it a 10. It is very much like, I guess, Armor Detail Supply's Ghost. It's very, very, very durable. Commitment. One of the things I like about that means that I'm not going to have to be doing my tires over and over and over and over and reapplying a product to it. The biggest trick for me was learning how to actually apply the product. The right applicator, how to not get it on the wheels. Once you figure out how to not get it on your wheels, and then also have that microfiber cloth and some panel prep. And it doesn't have to be the Feynlabs panel prep. It can be any panel prep. I do love the Feynlabs panel prep, but I also love like the Detail Co. panel prep. I love, lots of different panel preps that are out there. They're really good. But keep that on hand, so that way if you get some on your wheel, you can wipe it off real quick right away. And then you'll have no problem. It cures really fast. So those are my thoughts, my opinions. Hopefully you get a chance to try out the product and tell me what you think. Please be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notifications. And I'd look forward to any of your comments down below in this video. And I'd love to see what you have to think. Tell me about what your favorite tire products are and why. Tell me what you think about wanting to maybe try this product, and if you would try it, and see what you think of it. So be sure, again, like, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please be sure to have a fantastic day and stay blessed. Love to y'all.